Welcome back. To Satisfactory. I'm so glad you're here. Let's finish up this cooling devices situation. I think I want to make 2 of these. So I have the stuff. Oh, we need stators. I could have done my shopping before we started, but what fun is that? Let's see. Looks like the 2.0 version of this is a little bit better. Let me, we'll just plan a little bit here. Because we need to bring in, well, technically we probably should build 3 of these. So we can ship out the cooling devices when we're done. What? Oh. Wire. Looks like they're just going to force me to do a little shopping here. Let's just drop off a center corridor of stuff. Here's an idea. We can just get this off of this. Yeah, let's just grab this. That'll have everything we need. Like a heavy frame. Why are we uploading more of those? I would expect that to be uploaded by now. Some wire, some concrete. Now, I know I've got concrete over here and wire. Normally I would expect our heavy modular frames would be like 4 of them. They'd be covered by now. What are we missing over here? Screws. Well, there's a couple frames we can grab while we're at it. I guess if I really wanted this, I'd have to drop in a few more screws, but I think we'll have it covered actually. 90% sure we'll have it covered. All right. That's everything we need to get at least the basic drone ports in place. I'm looking for the water source. Oh, there's a little bit of water right there. Not a lot, and it might not be deep enough. Guess we'll find out. What I want to do is put one more of these in place and then kind of rotate it around. But I think what I'll end up doing is just getting this snapped. Let's get it rotated in the right direction first. Right about there, I think. Should I nudge this so the doors are aligned? It's possible. Excuse me. It's possible that we still don't have enough concrete, but we're going to run the risk. Yeah, I hate being right all the time. We'll have this one be the heat sink. And then I think this one is rubber. Is that the other item? I'm gonna have to check that. I have to check it to be absolutely sure. Heat sinks and rubber. Perfect. While we're here, we'll just connect this power. Oh, I guess I need to also get a little bit of the turbo fuel in place. Come on. Make this a good old-fashioned splitter. Apparently that's not going to reach the whole way. And then we'll put a couple more splitters on here. There we go. And then we'll set these guys up to start bringing in the good stuff. Two AI limiters, jeez. I'm pretty sure we don't have any AI limiters. We'll make a couple extra so we can make the drones for the other one. Transport drone. This is the cooling device. Heat sink import. And this is the rubber import. And then we'll just have this port connect to the rubber export. Alpha or beta? I don't think I'm using either one, so we'll start with the alpha. Heat sink export, pretty straightforward on that one. We're actually going to use a lot of concrete just to kind of set all this up. Like wherever this ends up being is perfect. just a little too far away. I'm thinking if we put in the old-fashioned walls, we could put in a 3. 1 for input, or 2 for input, 1 for output. Oh my. Gotta set the direction of the lift to be correct. Well, we got the rubber started. I'm surprised the heat sink hasn't started. It's equally close. Looks like we're 4 meters short. See, this is one of the reasons why I like to label our inputs. We'll just take a much wider turn. Maybe even wider than I had planned. I need the good old-fashioned splitter. I tried putting the advanced splitter on my belt or on my toolbar. It doesn't seem to be working out. It's not great. Come on. Might have to go like down here, have a nice little place for us to keep perfectly stored cooling devices. as a pretext for his output. Let's just grab this. I think I need to do is just kind of keep them relatively connected to each other. And we slap a merger on there because, you know, you always merge your merchandise. Split your supplies. One more. Nope, actually now we want a splitter. That'll be half to go to storage right here, and the other half made available to the other factory once we get that other drone port built. I guess I should put a little organizational sign on here. Now, I think the only thing we have left is water. 600 water per, so we gotta fill one. Oh boy. We gotta fill exactly one pipe. Stop moving! Oh no, there's two of them. Whoa! Oh. Yeah, that was effective. I guess
Do I need to explain how organic bodies work?
I guess I didn't take that spitter sufficiently seriously. Ended up being the one that got me. Got me. But if nothing else, that was a very different way of dying. Normally it's some sort of falling accident. That was an explosive accident. Oh my god. The regular gas is the worst. Crazy how quick you get used to the turbo fuel. Oh my goodness. It's like it's not even moving. You know what? I have turbo fuel. Ooh, why do I only have 7? That's really not good. I'm gonna have to investigate the turbo tower once again. Where's my stuff? This looks like it's going to be difficult to find my stuff. You don't like difficult to find my stuff. Got it. Is that the water I was looking at before? I guess I don't mind getting it that way. I was just planning on pumping it. Let's see, what was I looking at? I was looking at this down here, I guess. That's gonna be a heck of a fight. Some distance on that. Assuming this little oasis isn't so shallow that we can't get something going here. Which is a possibility. You know, I figured he'd be scared of the sound. But no, he's good. Oh, how did that not count? Now he decides to walk away on his terms, right? That's the key. Guarding a Mercer sphere.
Follow the veins to the altar and chant.
Now I gotta be able to squeeze 5 of these in here. may or may not be possible. Come on. I know there's a blue area over here somewhere. Maybe we don't go for the full 4. Yeah, I like this one. Another set of boars coming to visit. I guess if I'm gonna commit to the water pipes are blue bit, we might as well start that process now so we can copy that and not have to redo it every time. Now we're gonna have to run power back as well. It's probably better to get the power out there so we can hover around a little bit. Where's the edge of this? Each one of these is 120, so 5 of them is 600. It's exactly the amount of water we need. Ooh, I might have headlift issues. We should probably preemptively deal with that. Let's put a pump or 2 in on the way. don't know if we're going to be able to make it up this hill here. Oh, we found a way. Right about... Come on. And then we got the attention of the super evil nuclear boars throwing stones at us from halfway across the map. I guess that's what you get when your community is like, oh, this game needs more combat. And it's when you get nuclear boars throwing stones at you from halfway across the map. Try to get it going up as high as we can so we can get right about here. My hope is if I give them a little space, they'll figure out that I am too boring to deal with. Like, don't deal with me. I'm not trying to fight anyone, collect a bunch of ore. I'm not trying to do any research. I'm just trying to build my little factory here, buddy. Thing is starting off. Okay, he's just following me. Hunting boar with bombs is probably not the most efficient way. Eventually it does work. So, why is the water going here? I see the bright blue sitting right here. Is it a head lift issue? Let's check our previous pump. I figured it really wasn't that much of a lift for a Mark II pump. Oh. One of those days where you're just wrong in ways you didn't even think you could be wrong. Right on the edge. One more might give that pump a little less room for error. And then you know what? If I valve this just to be on the super safe side. We're making cooling systems. I really want to call them cooling devices. We got nuclear boars on us, and now we got spiders on us. I'm getting better at using bombs as my primary weapon. I mean, if water can get to the second one, I'm gonna say it can get to all of them. The demand is exactly the supply, so it's just gonna take a while for it all to fill up. But I would guess we already have at least one cooling system in storage, which we do. So I could run this back. All this, and we're still 14 modular frames short. I don't understand why we're not uploading modular frames, or heavy modular frames. I would totally presume that we set up a heavy modular frame uploader. We might not have done it at every step of our frame factory focused on nuclear pasta. But I'm pretty sure I did it for the heavy modular frame part. Maybe I didn't. The more I say it, the less confident I feel, which is not the normal way of things. Confidence should increase with conversation. 4-hole modular frame short. Well, hold on. It's there, and it's connected with a splitter. So you're telling me we just aren't making any heavy modular frames. That's what I'm being told now. What are we short? Steel. We're short both the pipes and the beams. Ugh. That's gonna be annoying. What's up here at the peak? It's very interesting how I feel like it takes us. I guess it's the direction. We're pointing in the right direction to get back. And then this will be cooling system export. That part's done and done. Let's also upload that. And maybe this, but we probably don't have enough of those. Oh, yep, we got space. And this will be our cooling device. I probably should have given ourselves a little more space here. Cooling system. Man, I am stuck on cooling devices. We'll figure it out. Probably should just keep this splitter concept in place so we can add a few more. I don't know how many more we're gonna need, but we'll keep our options open. And there you go. Cooling devices. $120 per minute. We got 20 machines making 6 each. I think that's exactly the right amount of nitrogen and exactly the right amount of water for both of those things to work out. Now, why are you complaining? Still don't have water up here at the top. I guess these first guys are hogging it all. If I turned off the power, they wouldn't all get water, right? They don't take resources when they don't have power. I'd have to turn them off individually. It's not worth that. We're just gonna let the water fill up. It's gonna fill. I'm not gonna worry about it. At the same time, it's the only thing I can think about. Like, I wouldn't want to turn my back on this only to find out that the water's not making it. I'm a little worried. Okay. It's just that there's just a splash of water. One way I could achieve that same thing, I could turn this off for half a second. Of course, there's so much nitrogen packed into all these pipes. It's going to take a while before they use it all. Even at 150 per minute, no storage. They're still finding a way. I would like to confirm that this is all working. But I'm just going to have to accept that it's working. We'll have to do some other stuff, then come back and check in on it. Man, I've got a lot of aggressive gear equipped right now. I need to get the coffee cup, kind of chill out a little bit. All right, we're just going to call that done. We're just going to have to walk away from it. Otherwise, we're going to be here just babying this, and that's not the point. You know, I was thinking I wanted something from over here. I guess I could check in on the MAM. I know we wanted to upgrade our alien technology. 47 SAM fluctuator. We might have close to that. We got 26 on hand. Really? One short? What do you think? Upload the... Improve the digital uploader stack size or upload speed. Stack size is best for when you're in between projects, because then you have a lot more. Upload speed is good while you're in the midst of a project, so You always have a little bit on the way, a little bit more to build with. I think I'm gonna go with upload speed.
Dimensional upload speed increased. Part of the kinetic and thermal energy released during matter conversion has now been repurposed to aid with dimensional shifting, allowing for more parts to be transferred in a short time frame.
Loop the veins, ease the flow, make a curve out of a line. Your shallow minds create shallow solutions. Pretty ripples.
Shallow mind? Pretty ripples? I certainly hope that wasn't meant to include me.
Why is the upload speed 6.25%? I don't understand that number. I think... Ooh. Yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, that's what it was. I was gonna see if I had any coupons over here so we could buy that coffee cup. The excitement of remembering doesn't necessarily perfectly coincide with what you remembered. And then we'll put you on an uploader. And then we're just gonna dump some stuff so we can get some credits here. Plus, clean up our inventory. I think if we go downstairs and pick up some radios... I mean, our power is not going to like us for doing this, because we're basically going to pick on a massive amount of power-hungry machines. Alright, hold on. What is going on here? Something in here should have radios. Did we send all the radios out? I guess we did. Looks like we're short one thing. What is that thing? Computers and crystal oscillators. Aluminum casing, yet again. Strikes again. Well, that'll get us a quick burst of points. I guess the fact that we don't have aluminum casing is saving us, quote unquote, from making a bunch of high-end machines kick on. Let's see where the casing is happening. I'm curious if it's truly 0. It should not be 0. Though we do have 2 highly competitive factories for casings right now. It's a little bit more than a little annoying that that's 0. This port is connected to aluminum casing export. Oop. Gotta go light on that trigger. We expect to have enough fuel to make it all the way there, or at least a reasonable proximity without completely dying. It's possible I shouldn't have tried to make that whole thing in one trip. Why wouldn't it switch to my... For some reason it was not switching to my hover pack. Died twice in one video. Went like 50 videos without a death, and now we're twice in one. Ada gave me a break. Do I have any? Uh-oh. We've got turbo tower problems. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, we've got serious turbo fuel problems. Okay, that's 1/3 the power I would expect that we'd be generating right now. Luckily, we're on the JBug special of battery power. So we've got like 3 days to figure it out. You know what? It's a terrible time to realize I don't have my hover pack. Ooh. So lucky that I have a backup. Whatever the problem is, it's a stupid problem. All of those are empty. So it's going to be something here. Empty canister. So we've got turbo fuel, but no canisters to put them in. Is that really the problem? I find that hard to believe. Where did I die? Oh yeah, over by the aluminum factory. Right? Is that it? Yeah, that seems about right. So, why is this a problem? I guess we're probably sitting on... Man, regular fuel is terrible. Not enough fuel. So what kind of fuel should I run here? I honestly think, well, the fuel line that provides fuel possibly should run exclusively on fuel. I think that actually makes sense. It's not super efficient for this guy, but at least you end up with the situation where you never, well, you're never in the situation that we're in currently, which is we've got fuel all over the place, but can't access it because we ran out of fuel at a particular step. Zoo, we gotta get in here and yeah, we'll have this guy run on its own fuel supply. It's gonna fly on its own supply. We are kind of short on containers, though. Which is a bit of a surprise. You know, I hate to say this, but I might actually have to run the numbers on this refinery. I built this whole thing on vibes, and it's possible it's not working out. We've got this. Are there any resin kind of lying around in here anywhere? Nope. So the problem is we're not using enough fuel to make enough fuel. Another reason to keep this guy flying exclusively on fuel. Especially since it's such a short trip. So if I pull this, Let's head back up to the turbo fuel tower and check in and see if a huge amount of fuel hand delivered would be of any help. It still looks cool though. Hey, look at that. I labeled this in anticipation of having to drop off a ton of fuel one day. So I know without doing a bunch of investigation that this works. Right, cha. Yeah. Oh man, the worst part about when your drone factory shuts down is you have to visit every location and provide them fuel. Yep. So that's what happened. I think that's a very obvious solution to this problem, is have the drone that's delivering the fuel run off of fuel instead of turbo fuel. That way reduces the chance of this particular error, because he'll always have fuel. If he's delivering fuel, he should have enough fuel to deliver it. Speaking of fuel, I probably should have left myself a little bit. We'll see if that guy makes it back. I'm not wholly convinced it will. One industrial storage container pretty much ripped through already. I might try to make that trip one more time just to complete this jump start. When you go from turbo fuel back to regular fuel, ugh, the lag is insane. It's possible I should put one of my more standard, hey, I'm making a thing, therefore we need to have storage container of that thing on site. Did I put an internal container in here? I did. I'd like to say I thought of everything, but I didn't think of the thing that would keep this thing running without my intervention. That's the one thing I didn't think. Now I wish I had a place where I could drop the rest of this. Kind of waiting to see the package fuel diminish in its total amount on the belt there. Yep, it looks like the drone that delivers fuel ran out of turbo fuel. So therefore it couldn't deliver fuel to make more turbo fuel. I mean, these guys have a need for empties of all things. But there seems to be space, so I'm not going to worry about it. Where's all this turbo fuel going? Oh, right. I had a little... little place where we could bring in more copper or more coal. I remember now. And that was basically to support more compacted coal production. This part is working and looks cool. I'm letting the first ones basically do the heavy lifting, and then these guys out here doing kind of like a backup role. Though, oof, it's hard to say you're a backup role when you're full and you're ready to go. Let's see what our output is like over here. Are we on? Oh, we're on Mark 5 or Mark 4. We'll just upgrade this output belt. It's not like it's 100% due to slow belt. But for whatever percentage it is due to the slow belt, we'll just take that off the list. And good. Oh. I had enough coupons for the cup the entire time. It's only one. For some reason, I thought it was a lot more than that.
If peace is not an option, Fix-It ensures that no matter what, its employees can overcome any obstacle. All you need is the will, the tools, and the awesome shop.
I think we're done. It's gonna take a while for... Oh, man. It is gonna take a while for all of that beautiful, beautiful rocket fuel generator to kick back in. That means all the individual storage for those is also empty. Well, we ripped through all that stuff. We ended up with 17 coupons. We're basically at the point now where we've spent enough coupons where all the easy ones are taken. See if we can get our stuff back. You know, the secondary worry would be we're actually not making any casings. Why are you short on coal? What? Why are we short on coal? Oh man, this whole part of the factory is just messed up. Uh-oh. 9,000 power production? It's not great. Where am I getting coal from again? I like the version 2 of this because I can tell from the distance what thing is being transported. Copper sheets and silica swap. Coal import. Oh, of course. Coal importer is out of fuel. Oh boy. How about if I split it with you? And that's with fuel having a full industrial storage container backup. Alright, well, we got that figured out. Lack of coal is the reason, and the lack of coal is also the reason why we're not making casings, which is what got us down this rabbit hole in the first place. Ow. You know, it's really sad is that I was right on the edge of building a fourth rocket fuel generator circle. These look like they're running, though. I'm almost more worried that they look like they're running. Okay, that was just graphical chicanery. It's fine. Okay. Like we see the particles, but not the actual smoke. Running on fumes, as it were. They're making empty trips. Oh wait, this is the computer area. Where's the turbo tower? Is it over here? No, that's the nitrogen gas. It is kind of on the edge of the world. Okay, look at that. It is absolutely full of fuel now. The generator's got full fuel, and the general public has access to full fuel. I want to put down a little storage container, drop everything off, pick up the thing that we actually need, then drop everything again. that was a bad idea. We've got our little sub-flight hypercannon booster here. Let's wait till we have full. There we go. Trying to get our height really high so we could maybe make it. Pop back over here to grab another injection of fuel. Ooh. So that's claiming to be more or less ready to go. No buffer. And we're making a few more containers, so I think we might be okay. I'm gonna drop this off, pick up some turbo fuel, and hand deliver that. I'm not as reliable as a drone, but I can move a lot more stuff. Okay. Looks like actually we've got it filled to the brim. We got a few buckets of turbo fuel waiting to go, which we shall take. I was hoping that I put a buffer on the uploader, but no such luck. There's not a secret stash of turbo fuel that I could tap into. I don't think I'm going to make it all the way back. And I don't think there's actually any bit of civilization in between here and there. So now we've got to make it. Try to stay at our peak as long as we can. Hey, it looks like a little bit of our turbo fuel made it over here to get transformed into rocket fuel. Oh, that's the buffer for the... Ugh, where is the best place to drop this? You know what? Any one of these middle ones will do. It'll figure it out. So instead of 8,000... Oh man, how long is it going to take for all these things to fill back up? So if they had to go in here, get unpacked, then the fuel gets moved over here, gets turned into rocket fuel in this tower. We also burn off the compacted coal. I think we're all set. I think it's gonna fix itself. It's just gonna take a while. I'm pretty sure we are not burning anywhere near the amount of rocket fuel we're making. A 186 flow rate. Okay, it's gonna make its way back up. Let's call it right there. I think it's perfectly set. We were at 30,000 power, then we were at 8,000 power, now we're at 16,000 power, so it's making its way back. And that extra coal's getting burned off. Okay, we'll call it right there. Thanks for hanging out. Can't promise a stream in the middle of the day all the time, but I definitely didn't want to miss 2 days in a row. Oh, yeah, we got to make sure we pick up our stuff. We'll pick up our stuff and then we'll call it. This is going to be fun to decorate. Like, that is already cool. We'll have to come up with something as cool as that for the rest of these. I guess it's not going to go back up in a perfectly straight line. There it is. Perfect. I can't even drop this packaged fuel off. If I try to row that away over here, it would be an absolute nightmare. I'll just hold on to it. It's just going to take a while for everything to kick back in. And this guy has got a full mega chunk. You see, I put in too much packing, unpacking capacity, but situations like this, I'm glad I've got the extra capacity. So we can try to get back online as quickly as possible. So I wish I didn't manifold as much as I did, because now one machine is full and the next one is empty. That doesn't get us back online as quickly as possible, but it gets us back online. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.